everybody. Welcome back to Creative Kill, where everything we talk about true crime, supernatural, horror movies, everything all above that has to do, anything and everything to do with horror. And today is our Christmas episode, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy everything to everybody out there today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to Creative Kill. You follow us on our YouTube channel. And now today we are going to start off with some sponsors. So our first sponsor, again, is Psych Society. We have these wonderful psych bars here. I got to tell you guys real quick. So just to give our audience a little bit of reference, Dizzie, you had an event this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. There was some stand-up comics. There were some musicians. There was all kinds of people. There was some cool merch there too. Didn't you get a shirt?
Yeah, I did actually. I got myself a nice little Willie Beeman shirt from back in the day.
Was it tighter than the shirt you got on now?
I tried to get him to sell me like an extra small, but he just didn't have it in stock. So I had to settle for a double X.
That's a really nice tight fit today, brother.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Anyway, I just wanted to say, so I actually tried a psych bar this weekend. So we went to Dizzie's event. They were giving out free samples, and I took one. And man, Dizzie, those are fantastic. I gotta tell you, let me explain, audience. It's not a really crazy high. It's just a really great feeling. And so I just wanted to tell you, I loved it.
Thank you. And we created it so that way people had something safe to consume and that would improve them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And our second sponsor today is, we don't have a shirt by them, but we have Krusemark Art and 519 Studios here with the city of Albuquerque, and finally Joy Horror Entertainment, who's our marketing company. Thank you, Joy Horror.
Thank you, Joy.
Okay, now you guys ready to get into some stuff today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, we have a special guest joining us at the end, everybody, but I just wanted to let you know today we are going to dip into some true crime at the beginning.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yes, finally some true crime. Talk about some murder. Okay, so today we are going to start off with, guys, this was called the Covina Christmas Eve Massacre. Ooh. The Covina Christmas Eve Massacre, and it's in Covina, California. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, people, but here's how this goes, okay? All right, I'm going to read this to you guys. So, on December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, Mr. Bruce Jeffrey Pardo, dressed in a Santa Claus outfit, arrived to a Christmas Eve party that was hosted by his ex-wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we obviously know that's probably not a good situation.
I mean, the story says massacre, so
yeah,
ex-wife massacre. Damn.
Yeah. So anyway, Mr. Pardo, he was dressed as Santa, decides to pack a bunch of handguns, and he had a homemade flamethrower.
Holy shit!
Flamethrower. He's very, inventful.
Eventful, yeah. Well,
yeah.
It's also the only thing I ever think about those flamethrowers is have you seen those Tesla flamethrowers?
Yes.
Those are the ones I think about.
Right.
I mean, I see them all the time over the internet, but apparently he made his own flamethrower, and he walked into this party. There was 25 guests total, and he ended up shooting up the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
He Columbined it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Basically,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a terrible tragedy. They had 9 people killed.
Wow.
And then after he killed those people, and one of them was his ex-wife, he ended up taking that flamethrower and burning it.
Merry Christmas!
And it's crazy because me, if I got a flamethrower, I just got hairspray and a lighter or some carburetor cleaner.
Right. No, this guy went all in, and so apparently after the attack, like I said, he set the house on fire, and then he drove to his brother's house where he later died from a self-inflicted gun wound.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's usually what happens with these guys. They off themselves after they have whatever they do criminally and stuff. But yeah, it was pretty severe. So
yeah, pretty brutal.
Yeah, so we're here talking true crime, and we're talking about stuff that happened during the Christmas time, and we actually have a couple more. So here's another one. This was called the Lawson family murders, and this was in 1928.
Oh, wow.
And it says Germantown, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And on Christmas Day, tobacco farmer Charles Davis Lawson murdered his wife, Fanny, and six of their 7 kids.
Gosh, man.
In
Merry
a rural
Christmas.
home. He shot and bludgeoned one before laying their bodies neatly in their house and placing stones around their head.
Oh.
Charles then walked into the nearby woods. Guess what? He took his own life.
Wow.
Seems to be a theme.
Yeah, seems to be a Christmas massacre theme. And then obviously we also know about the Jean-Benet Ramsey case.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I
Watched
guess
that documentary.
yeah. Did you watch the documentary?
Yeah, I watched it too.
Yeah. I haven't seen most. I saw the first episode, and I remember that because that was in 1996. That's when I graduated high school. Again, that dates me. Everybody. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you go get your diploma on your dinosaur?
Yeah, I did. I'm an oldie but a goodie. But I do remember
You aged well.
I remember the Ramsey case because it was everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's when that what was her name, like Paula Dean or Paula, the lady who would just scream at everybody on the and she would talk about, she did the Michael Jackson case, she did all these other cases, but she was big on the Jean-Benet. And I don't is it solved yet? I don't think it was ever solved, was it?
Nope.
Okay.
They still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, that was a really big case back in the 90s, and I think obviously with the new doc out, it's coming again, and it's kind of reviving itself. I think that with all the new technology they have, maybe they can find somebody. But I knew that they found her dead in the basement, and there was a ransom note.
Yep.
So I think it was a kidnapping gone bad, or it was staged, or
Yeah.
To me, like after watching it, it kind of looked like it was staged. Like it looked like a cover up. You know what I mean? Like they knew that she was already dead, but tried to make it look like somebody kidnapped her and wanted ransom.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff. And then finally, this one touches a little close to my heart because I got to tell you, I'm from Dallas, right? We always talk kind of about this. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm actually from a little part called Oak Cliff, which is Oak Cliff. That's my hood. But it's where Bonnie and Clyde are buried. Is where I'm from.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So this next one is called the Grapevine Murders, and it is on Christmas Eve again. We had Bonnie and Clyde, and they killed 2 cops on Christmas.
Wow.
And here in my notes, it says that that's actually because when they did this, I guess. Hold on, let me fact check this real quick to make sure. Actually, nope. This was on Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, guys. So we apologize for fact checkers, but I made a mistake.
Cleared it up.
But anyway, yeah. So apparently they were responsible for murdering these 2 cops on Christmas Day, and the other officers who approached the cars, they were shot. They were shot at. It was a brutal ambush by Bonnie and Clyde.
Wow.
I mean, they were savages. They were savages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Their whole crew was savages. There's a Netflix show, a movie called The Highwaymen, and it's with Woody Harrelson and Kevin Costner, and it's about going after Bonnie and Clyde.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah, Bonnie and Clyde were something else. I mean, not the fun thing, but the weird thing is that Oak Cliff has these little strange things. So obviously that's where the Texas Theater's there, where Oswald ran to when he shot Kennedy. And then we have Bonnie and Clyde. There's all kinds of other crazy, true crime kind of things that go on in there. But yeah, so those are the big Christmas true crime facts that I wanted to bring up today.
Well, I'm just like imagining in my head Santa Claus or somebody dressed up like Santa Claus walking into, what was it, a bar or a club?
No, it was a house.
Oh, the house.
Yeah.
Walking in there, like Santa's supposed to bring joy, and instead he bought slugs. Yeah.
Right. Well, and then you see these horror movies with these guys that are dressed like Santa, and then they have their axes and stuff. You would never think a guy would have a flamethrower.
You know
Right.
what I
Especially
mean?
homemade.
Right.
I mean that right there is some crazy shit.
Well, I guess it's needless to say she burned him, so he wanted to burn her.
Yeah,
Sorry, dark humor. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself.
Yeah,
I do this when I'm nervous. I laugh and make
jokes. It was
jokes.
almost 20 years ago. I think we're pretty good. So, anyway, but yeah, no, it's. I don't know what Christmas brings out in people. I mean, I don't know what your family stuff is like, but there's always some kind of animosity during Christmas. Like, there's always family issues, and then, this would be it's a perfect time to hurt people, I would think, too, because it just sticks with everybody for every single year it comes around.
I dumped a girl on Christmas just so that way she would remember that breakup for the rest of her life. I know that sounds mean, but she deserved it.
Methodical.
That's awesome. That's pretty funny. Okay, now before we get into some other stuff, I wanted to talk to you guys. Do you guys know what the top 5 Christmas horror movies is of all time? Do you think you can guess? Anybody?
I don't. I would say definitely the Krampus.
Krampus. Yeah,
Sorry, Krampus.
That's how you say it in New Mexico.
Yeah, that's how you say it when you're from Albuquerque.
The Krampus.
The Krampus, homie.
Right.
Kicks it with Llorona,
Right.
No, but
all day long.
I would say that's definitely got to be in the top 5. I don't know where, but it's definitely there.
Okay.
I would say.
I'd say it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Nightmare Before Christmas. His favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
The top 5.
Got to be on there, man.
Okay.
I would say. Like the Jack Frost movie that I like. I mean that one is the funny one, but they did come out with a later Jack Frost, like more modern. I don't know
when.
like
Jack Frost 2? This time it's personal.
No, it was like a whole new remake of it. It didn't really have comedy to it. It was more horror.
All right. So. Well, you guys were right on your 2 picks. Okay, so we're gonna start off with number 5. Number 5 is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Bing, bing, bing. There we go.
Jack Skellington. You get number 5.
I would have thought that would have been a little higher on the list.
Yeah, me too.
I know, right?
Interesting.
But you gotta wait till you hear the next one. So the next one, it's pretty iconic, and it's called Silent Night, Deadly Night. And,
I remember that one. I remember seeing that at Blockbuster, bro.
Well, I remember it's got like that crazy Santa Claus guy around. It has the accent.
I remember seeing the previews. I never saw it.
It was pretty cool.
You remember the cover though.
It kind of reminds me. The killer reminds me kind of Bad Santa.
Yeah.
You remember Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like him. Is like the beard's just kind of draping off and stuff, and it's always bloody, and it's great. I love it. It's good. Any slasher film is one of my favorite because that's my genre, baby. I love the slasher films.
Yeah.
So and then number 3 is your pick. It's how do you say it? Krampus?
Krampus.
Yeah, so good old Krampus. That's number 3. Thank you for Krampus. And here we go. Number 2 is a little bit surprising. I was surprised because I'll tell you, I know everybody online says it's a Christmas movie. I never really thought of that as a kid as a Christmas movie, but it's Gremlins.
Oh, you know what it is?
It is. It's a Christmas movie.
I can see that.
You know what's funny about the Gremlins movie? So you know the scene where they're all like partying in the bar and they're going all crazy? Yeah. Well, one time I had eaten some mushrooms and I was watching that scene and my friend put on UGK, Underground Kings with Pimp C.
Yeah, I know who UGK is.
And the music went with that scene so well.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. You know, my favorite kill in the Gremlins movie is when they stuff the gremlin in the microwave.
Oh,
and then she turns it on. It's like,
splatters the microwave.
Yeah. I love Gremlins was timeless, and I'm gonna date myself again, people. So I went and saw that in the theater when I was a kid. Hold on.
Okay.
I think I was like 7. So it was in 1984. So I was 7 or 8. It was like first grade.
84.
84. Okay. So I was first grade.
Okay. Wow.
My dad and my stepmom took me to see it, and I got so scared they had to leave.
Oh man.
I did the little kid thing where I was I'd freaked out, and when you see the Mogwai, little Gizmo, he's so cute. He's like, hello everybody, and you're just like, Spielberg's like sitting there, and he's made this little cute animal, and all these kids, and then the Gremlins pop out, and you're just like, as a first grader, I was like, what the, so yeah, that was my little Gremlins story. I got taken out of Gremlins by thanks, Dad. Anyway, and our final Christmas movie, and again, it's not the remake, everybody. It's the 1974 Black Christmas. Yeah, that's about a slash. Yeah, it's about a slasher that goes after a bunch of sorority girls on Christmas. It's pretty iconic. It's pretty iconic.
Okay.
The 74, not the new one. The new one, the remake was all right.
Yeah.
Not for me, everybody. That's what we like to say.
Yeah, the originals are always better.
Yeah, definitely. Always. 10 times out of 10. So, John, we never talked about your favorite Christmas horror movie. So, what's yours?
I got to tell you guys, it's something that just came out recently, and I talked about the series before, but it's Terrifier 3.
Nice.
Terrifier 3. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you guys don't know, audience, Terrifier 3 came out in October this year, and it is a Terrifier Christmas movie.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and obviously we saw some of the kills and stuff, but I got to tell you, first of all, let's give props to Mr. Falcone, Phil Falcone. We want to thank you. He's the producer. I'm throwing him a little spot here for Terrifier 3 because I'm gonna put up some stuff a little bit after this segment, but it's gonna be re-released in theaters on Christmas Eve.
Oh,
December
shoot. There we go.
31st. And so I'll put up the map. I think Bloody Disgusting, they're the ones who put up the map of where it's going to be showing at on Christmas Eve. So
Very
if you guys
cool.
want to have a really demented Christmas Eve, go see Terrifier 3. I'm going to tell you, because I got to tell you, well, let's just, Terrifier 1, iconic.
Absolutely great.
Super low budget, I mean, their return was amazing because the kills in that alone, oh my gosh, it's so violent.
Right.
I mean, he cuts a girl completely in half, like he's hanging her up and like right there.
Yeah.
And then Terrifier 2, he's gonna be our guest on probably the next episode. But Wolf Krusemark, he's part of our creative kill team. He does our merch. We've been shouting out to his t-shirt company and stuff. But we went and saw Terrifier 2 together.
Wolf.
Yeah, thanks, Wolf. And Terrifier 3 is Christmas, so the entire time. So it opens up with Art the Clown going into somebody's house on Christmas, and it just looks like this perfect Christmas scene. This little girl comes downstairs, and it's like, Santa, is that you? And obviously it's not Santa. Obviously it's Art. And Art's being Art and doing Art things. And so he goes upstairs, and he brutally massacres the entire family.
Oh gosh.
And then he comes down and he finds the little girl, and then he jumps on. Then we jump to another kill. There's a really crazy kill. The couple of kills in this. First of all, it's the first time I've ever also seen Art use a gun.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
because he's just used it like axes and knives.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff like that before,
he's only used like power tools.
cutting stuff. Like
Right.
Yeah,
He got
yeah,
his
yeah.
concealed carry license now.
Yeah, he's got Art got his concealed carry.
There you go.
And I don't think Art needs one of those. I think
No,
he just,
no.
But yeah, he ends up, he goes into this bar and he's doing his Art thing, where he's so excited because Santa Claus is in there. They got this Santa Claus that's sitting at the bar. And I can't remember the actor, but he's an amazing actor. But Ron Howard's brother is one of the bar patrons as well. And he's sitting there. And so when the bar owner gets frustrated with Art, he gets up and walks. He walks up to the guy and just shoots him right there. Just bam, done.
Merry
and
Christmas.
And then he shoots old Ron Howard's brother. Old little
Shout
squirrely
out to
guy.
Ron Howard's brother getting shot.
Yeah. And then he obviously takes the Santa Claus that's there hostage, and he really messes him up too. He freezes him, and then finally there's a scene. I'm not going to try to ruin it for everybody, but if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but there's a scene at the mall where Art shows up and he's giving Christmas gifts to little kids.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, that right there, Damien Leone and Phil Falcone, those guys, when they set that scene up, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly my thought. I was like, what is he going to do here?
I mean, besides spreading joy, of course.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a whole lot of joy because he ends up putting a bomb in one of the presents.
No, wow.
Depends on
Yeah.
your definition of
Yeah,
joy.
I don't know. It's
It was his joy.
And
Yeah,
I don't want to.
yeah.
I don't want. Like I said, I don't want to ruin it for everybody. But it's just like this great take. And there's a final kill inside of this, again, a sorority house or a fraternity house or whatever. I'm not going to ruin that for you, everybody. I'm going to let them watch it. But when you talk about Art's brutal kills,
Yeah.
like the way he kills people,
Yeah.
this one, it's with a chainsaw.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And that's all I'm going to get into. It's one of the, don't quote me on this, but they used more blood in that one scene than they've ever used in a scene throughout the entire franchise.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And there was a lot of blood throughout that franchise, so that speaks volume right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I mean, we're Ben and I are actors, right? So we've been on sets. We've been part of. We do mostly, just to let everybody kind of know here. We do mostly get casted for like action stuff, and if it's cop, military, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've never really seen a whole lot of like crazy blood on set. But I can only imagine that having to deal with that. I guess David Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, I guess he had some really bad, like it was so kind of realistic and whatever. I guess he had some issues too.
Wow, really?
Set. I mean, I could do that. I can imagine that as an actor. Can you been?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes the realism does really shine through on these sets and whatnot. So I could definitely see how he might have a couple issues going into that scene.
Yeah, I mean, this is his third movie, and he's holding it down, man. Art the Clown is now a horror icon.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Most definitely. People are getting his face tatted on him and stuff
seriously.
like that.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Just like with Jason and Freddy,
right.
Leatherface.
Hey, our buddy Freddy over here. Yeah.
On Mount Rushmore now, he's part of the crew.
Oh
yeah. I think
he solidified his spot.
There's so many horror icons we can go with, but I think in the last, because we haven't had any nightmares. We haven't had any Friday the 13th. We've had some really cool stuff, but there's not been this slasher, this kind of cool slasher icon that's come out. And then you get this. First of all, Art never has any dialogue.
No,
never speaks.
Not one word.
Perfect. It's perfect if you think about it.
And his expressions. I mean, the way he does stuff, the way he looks, the makeup. David Leone does the makeup for it, and I think Phil Falcone does too. I was watching some behind the scenes stuff too. They're makeup artists, and it's just the expressions that Art makes every single time that he's doing this thing, and he's funny,
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's it's finally like we haven't had that part of comedy and horror like that, and it's almost like the perfect blend. Yeah, it's like the perfect blend, exactly.
Yeah,
and it flows. It works really well. It's smooth. It's not overly corny, but at the same time, there's definitely that element of like early '90s, mid '90s kind of that style.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah.
And I like it because they don't give any Fs.
No.
It's just like I told you guys, the Damien Leone, and again, don't quote me on this, everybody, but I guess they had studios made him a huge offer, but they wanted him to dumb it down or like tone down the gore.
Right. No. We need 10 gallons of blood.
And he's like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we're going to make more now.
Yeah, exactly.
So they did whatever they did for their film, and now box office smash. So congratulations to you guys over there at Fuzz on the Lens with Stream. You guys haven't seen that. We're gonna talk about that on the next episode. But congratulations to Terrifier 3 guys. We love you guys.
Yes,
and that is my favorite Christmas horror pick.
Okay, that's totally you. That totally makes sense. That tracks. That definitely tracks.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. This was awesome.
Love being here, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna throw a little shout out real quick to our sponsors one more time. We're gonna go ahead and plug Psych Society first. Thank you, Psych Society. Then we're gonna go with Wolf Krusemark Art. Him and his T-shirts. Check it out, guys. Links here, right here. I'll put his Instagram up.
Thank you, Wolf.
Yeah, thank you, Wolf. He makes some cool T-shirts.
Yeah, he does.
Then we've got 519 Studio. Thank you guys for hosting us here, City of Albuquerque. We love you guys. And finally, Joy Horror Entertainment. Joy Horror Entertainment, our marketing company. We couldn't be without you. You constantly pushing our stuff out. We thank you so much, Michael Joy and Joy Horror. And finally, I just want to tell everybody, all of our audience, can you please just like and subscribe to our socials?
Yes,
we've got our YouTube page. We've got our Instagram page. We've got our TikTok. I don't know how much longer TikTok's going to be here, but then we finally have our Facebook page. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in to Creative Kill and Viewing. And so I want to thank everybody right now. And that's basically all we've got.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Before we go, I actually have some gifts for you guys.
What?
Yeah, since Psych Society sponsored this, I decided to get you guys Psych Society chocolate bar each.
Man, we're going to have a fun time tonight. Thank you so much, Dizzie. I appreciate you. You know what? I got you guys a gift too.
All right.
I did. Hold on. Let me get George our intern. George, get in here real quick. Hold on. Guys, first of all, thank you very much. I know we're signing off here, but George is our new intern here at Creative Kill. How you doing today, George? You excited to be here? Absolutely. We are excited to have him, everybody.
Definitely.
George, can you go out and get that bag in the hallway for me, please? I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, so Ben, John got me a gift. Where's my gift for me?
So John, Santa, you think he
Here
likes
comes-
like
here
elf
comes George.
movies,
You're really
or,
just
you know,
gonna,
elf
like,
horror,
ignore
or
me to my face?
All right, nice. Here it comes. Oh shit, that's
great.
wrong bag, wrong
right.
bag. Stop,
I
Dizzie.
gotta open this. I gotta
Stop!
check
Don't
this
do it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You killed Santa? Now I'm not gonna get that PS5 I wanted. Are you
Oh, we gotta
serious?
go get that kid.
Let's get him.